How you doing? This is John, and welcome to John's Logbox. This is Luke Cage, Hero for Hire, number 1. This is 20 cents, Comics Code Authority. Sensational Origin issue. It's not credited, but I think this cover is John Romita Sr. And, he was the art director for Marvel at this period of time, so, meaning he did all the character design, stuff like that. So he had a hand in creating a lot of stuff, even though he didn't do the origin issues, a lot of things. So let's look at the credits while I'm talking about that. So we got edited by Stan Lee, written by Archie Goodwin, drawn by George Tuska. Billy Graham is the inker, and Skip Koloff is the letterer, who I know nothing about. And right over here with the considerable creative contributions of Roy Thomas and John Romita. So like I said, Roy Thomas was like a script consultant, and John Romita Sr. was like an art consultant. Not consultant, set the house style and art designs for a lot of Marvel at the time. So, and Archie Goodwin, as you may or may not know, I think he got a start in the Warren comics, like the horror comics, like Creepy and Eerie and stuff like that. And and then he came over and wrote for Marvel, because I know that I think those magazines were still, maybe they just ended. I don't know. Maybe I'm talking crazy, but I'm going to call this as 1972. So let's look at the copyright 1972. Yes, all right, I got one right. So this is the splash page, Out of Hell a Hero, and this is the first appearance of Luke Cage. So here he is in Seagate Prison, and called Little Alcatraz by its inmates. This is in Georgia someplace, and it looks like a medieval dungeon, you know what I mean? And they're taking him out of confinement. And this is Billy Bob Rackham. He's just like the the racist security guard, hates everybody. He can't even put his hat on. He's just a slob. And this is Lucas. Wow, that's good. I forgot his real name, but his real name is Lucas. That's going to drive me nuts what his last name is. But Lucas is, you got to go see the warden, and here he is talking to people. He's like, I didn't do anything. I was framed. There's a fight over here. And he's bad. He doesn't even have powers yet. He's a bad guy. Bad ass, not a bad guy. Although he admits that he's been doing crime. So here's the warden, and or is this with the new warden coming? Okay, so this is Dr. Neil. Oh, what is his name? That's good. Try Noah Bernstein. Yeah, I knew if I tapped on the table, it would come to me. And he says, "I'll help you get out of jail early if you submit to this scientific experiment." And he's just like, "Will it be dangerous?" He's like, "Yeah, we don't know." So he's like, "Yeah, I got to do it because I got to get out of here because Willie Stryker is making time with Reva, my lady, and I got to get to, and time is of the essence." So, of course, fights strike out. He's beating up this guy. It's prison. And look, just all the people stop you, gutless bulls. The man can't fight back against the guard. So this is just nuts. He's like, all right. This guy's fighting this guy. Here comes the new warden, and it's just hell in this jail. Like the guards are taunting the guys to go and fight each other. So he's like, I can't stay here. This is nuts. I gotta go. My girl is in danger because Willie Stryker is doing stuff. And look at this page. Oh my god. Oh man, that drives me nuts. So this unscrupulous doctor and the unscrupulous ward, they're gonna experiment on Lucas. That's gonna drive me nuts that I can't recall his real name. Lucas something. And look at this Ralph Cramden looking meatball is running around. So he's gonna get out of jail, and he's gonna be a free man. Maybe he'll beat you up or whatever. So he's like, I can't let that happen. So it's your time. Let's go down. You've been beat up. I just want you to know that there are dangers involved. So he's not a bad guy, Noah. And he's like telling a story of what happens. He's like, listen, I wasn't the best guy in the world, but I didn't do all that cocaine stuff. He got accused of selling and dealing cocaine to people and stuff like that. And what happened was Willie Stryker, one of his friends, actually set him up and let him take the fall because they both are sweet on Reva. And of course Reva likes Lucas, otherwise there would be no problem. So he's like, I got to get out of the joint because if I don't, Lucas is gonna, she'll forget about me or whatever, or at least Reva will be in danger. So he's like, we got, there was a fight. He got framed. He got blamed for it, and there was a crash, and then he got arrested after the fact. He got blamed for all the drugs. So he's like, yeah, okay. So sign these paperwork and we'll do the experiment. So he's just like, oh, I'm gonna mess up the experiment. Mother of, is this how it could be? Cage like an animal? He's like, I'll do it. So here he is. He's getting ready, and they're basically doing like some sort of like immersion super soldier serum stuff. And he's in this tank, and look, there's this meatball. He's just twisted knobs. Oh, I'm gonna piss this knob. I'm gonna piss that knob. And the doctor's like, what are you doing? What are you doing? You're boiling him alive in there. Get away from that machine. And he's just in pain. I mean, you just look at the steam, so you know that he's sweating. He's just literally like being boiled alive in there, and he just bursts out. He's like, oh, what? Rackham, you fool, you don't know what you do. The boy's got crazy, he's trying to escape. And he just ain't having any of that. Yeah, smackaroonie. Big drafting kits given to you. Oh, cool. So now, like, he's all, burning with energy and everything like that. And I imagine, I never saw the show, but I heard it was good. But I imagine getting, like, this much power so fast, it must hurt. So I don't think they say anything about pain, but he must be in excruciating pain. And here he is just like testing his strength. And like, look, I busted through the wall. And here I'm going to jump in the water. And what do? She's like, I could escape. I don't know why he's escaping. He's going to go free for the experiment, but what do I know? He's like, so he picks up a rock and they shoot him. And he falls in the water. So they're just like, it was a rock. He was turning so fast, I thought it was a gun. It hasn't come up yet. Body caught. So we got to go find him just to be certain. So now they're just saying that he's dead. Like they shot him. They shot him point blank. And he's like, what? I'm alive? They're only bruises. This thing, it works. Look at me. I'm bulletproof. So they find his shirt with all the bullet holes in it, and they proclaim Lucas dead. So the man called Lucas moves to Indoctus to the mainland. He makes it to me, and he starts all over, working like menial jobs off the books, making some money, and making his way back to Harlem. And the guy pulls a gun on him, and blam, just slaps him away, And hey, you're a real superhero. He goes, nowadays people would like that. He goes, I want to show my gratitude. So the guy buys him dinner. You saved me. I'm gonna make it right for you. You did the right page. So he's just like, oh, okay. Oh, man. I try not to lick I don't know. My fingers are always dirty. So, I'll be that dude at that diner was all right. Not only did he give me a cash reward, but an idea how to turn what I got going for me into a living. And this costume shop's just a place to start. So, now he's going, Reva, she died in a car crash. Luke Cage. He goes, I gotta come up with a new name. Luke Cage. Hope you like it, Reva, because under that name, I'm gonna be doing something for you and me, bringing grief to Willis Stryker. So now he's looking for Lou Stryker. He's going through, costumes done, cards are all printed, rent paid to this Fleabag motel for the next month. All that reward money is shot. But if you're going to, so now this is his costume. Yeah, outfit's kind of hokey, but so what? All part of the superhero scene. And this way, when I use my powers, it's going to seem natural. A little promotion work, and I'm in business. So now he's going to go around and, take care of business. And what do we have here? Diamondback. It's throwing knives around. You're like, look at these knives. And ta-da, it's Willis Stryker, the most obvious, reveal ever. So Diamondback is his buddy that set him up. And he's like an expert with knives. So here we go. He goes, that Cage dude's been muscling on my business. Go find him. Go bring him to me. I got some teaching to do. So here he is. He's going to... This issue was the setup, and the next issue is the actual confrontation between Diamondback and Luke Cage. So there you go. That's Luke Cage, Hero for Hire. This is historic for the main reason that this is the first black superhero comic book. Black Panther was the first. I think Black Panther was the first black superhero, but he didn't have his own comic. Luke Cage has that distinction. He has that honor of having the first comic. And this went 15 issues, if I'm correct. And then it became Power Man, which, I don't know. They kind of dropped the name Power Man. Luke Cage is a cool superhero name. Luke Cage. It just sounds like a tough guy name. And then he becomes Power Man. And then later on, Iron Fist joins. So it's Power Man, Iron Fist. And this comic kind of meandered. It was all over the place. The writers kind of left. The art team wasn't consistent. It suffered from like a lack of focus. And to be honest, he never really had the great story, which is what caused Ghost Rider to suffer. You need the distinguishing story, like the Fantastic Four had the Galactus story and the Skrull saga and stuff like that. Luke Cage never had the definitive story. Matter of fact, he was kind of a B-list character until Brian Michael Bendis put him in the Avengers. Then he became like an A character, if you ask me. But there you go. This is Luke Cage, Hero for Hire, also known as Power Man, and then became best friends with Iron Fist, Daniel Rand Iron Fist. And I have to say, the Power Man Iron Fists, I love those comics. They are really, really good. It took like a year or two for this series to kind of get its focus, as you could tell by the change of title. It went through 3 different changes of titles. That just indication that there was, that the editorial team wasn't focused on what they wanted to do with this character. Okay, so thanks. So this is hard for me to categorize. So I have 1 to 15 as Luke Cage, Hero for Hire, and then I think it becomes Power Man. So I file this under H for Hero for Hire, and then Power Man Iron Fist. So Power Man Iron Fist I think starts with like 15 or 20 or something like that. So 1 to 15 over here in one box, and then Power Man Iron Fist in another box, because whatever. I can't just, that'll freak me out if I'm going through alphabetical order and then, why is the title P? But there you go. All right, so thanks a lot. I'll see you tomorrow with another video. Thanks for checking out my videos. I appreciate it. See you tomorrow. Bye-bye.